We have been married for many years but could not have a child yet, even though we tried really hard. I knew it was not my husband's fault. He's really wanted one, but because I couldn't give him as he wished. Later, he's gradually became more and more coldness and heartless. He often getting home really late at night and drunk so bad. I know the reason why he did that. I really want a child either. I've tried everything I could. I went to the experts for advices, took all kinds of different medicines, but it didn't seem to make any progress. Stand still, I finally decided to rely on one thing. The ritual of birth giving. I found it on the internet. It was a ritual in the name of purifying the demons that resided inside the body. They believe that those demons have stopped the process of human pregnancy. I read the information written on that forum. I feel like I've just got a little bit of hope, although this method is kinda creepy to me. But my desire to have a child strongly motivated me. Excited. Hopeful. So I decided to booked. Right on the next morning, several people came to pick me up. They all wore a black cloak covering their heads. I can barely see how their faces look like. They seemed to be from some strange secret cult. Got in the car, they took me to a remote part of the forest about 3 hours away from my house. In the middle of the forest was an old and isolated abandoned house. It had a dreadful and cold feeling. I felt unease and suspense, but I had to do it. They took me inside. There were also a few more people waiting, and definitely, they were all wearing the same type of cloak. In the middle of the room, there was a symbol of a star with circles drawn in red, surrounding by 5 red candles placed on each edge of the star. On the corner of the room was a table with a skull. The star symbol also there with a candle in the middle, followed by 4 more placing on edge of the table. They came and spoke to each other in some strange language I don't understand. They let me lying down in the middle of the stars. Then they all stood in a circle around me, hands on the air. There was a man with a book on his hand reading out loud. Yeah, I couldn't understand it either. And those men around me also followed by him. The ritual has begun. A while later, I felt exhausted, pain pounded in my skull, and I wanted to throw up. My heart thudded. I couldn't even see clearly. I felt sleepy. I heard whispering sounds echoed in the room. Laughing, crying, then children's voices. Just like that, then I got fainted. 8 months later, just only a few weeks before I give birth to my first child. My husband seems to be quite excited. The doctor diagnosed that it was a boy. He then called my husband outside to have a little conversation. After he talked to the doctor, he was totally frightened out. He looked at me shocked. His eyes grew wide, body shaken. I understand. Because no one sure that the child is really a human.